Alright, bike check 2020. The one I did last year was, I was riding the 17.9 St. Martin 10 and the 18.8 St. Martin 10. And I still do old school tricks, like on the top tube. And I wanted a little more room on the top tube, but I still wanted that short St. Martin rear end. So I found a St. Martin Voodoo that was practically in like new old stock condition on BMX Museum, and I picked that up. It's pretty sweet, and I got straight to work building it. So I'll go over the parts with you. I actually have two bikes to check out. I built two more. I still have the other 10s. I'm a 10 junkie. I love them. But yeah, I've got another one to show you after this. So I got OG caramel bars, Odyssey levers, Dunks grips. I wanted a little more room up front with the stem, so I'm running an Odyssey front load stem. The cables are cut way down and soldered to a impurity gyro, which is exactly like the Odyssey GTXR. That's a Odyssey headset, Odyssey compression bolt, running to Odyssey flatware forks, Odyssey Evo brake, and a wheel set that I built, a Gsport roll cage rims, and a Gsport marmoset hub, and these are Swiss spokes on here with Gsport plugs that I got. We'll run down here. I'm running my profile 125mm cranks with the hollow spline, and this is the St. Martin Evo sprocket. It's 20 tooth with twisted pedals, and this is a YBN chain. I like them because they're just a hair longer. The Springfield rear brake for feathering purposes. And then I'm rocking, it's an Odyssey Mr. Clampy seat post clamp, an intact seat post to my Globe seats, Mankind seat. And then in the rear, got Mach 1 tires on both ends, front and rear, with an Odyssey clutch that has been modified with a full 3/8 inch axle and roll cage rims and plugs in the rear as well. So that is the entire setup. Oh, I'm running a Primo bottom bracket down there. But that is the whole rig as it stands right now. It's done. There's really nothing else to do to it. And it's comfortable as hell. What I did also is the top tube is 19.3, and it's really, when you measure it, it's more like 19 1/4, and it feels shorter than that. So it actually feels like a cross between, like, in between a Haro Master and a Haro Sport. Even though the Haro Sport has a 19.25 inch top tube, the old ones. And the Haro Master was 18.75. Just the angle and the standover height feels like a cross between a Master and the Sport, the length. It feels perfect. And with the rear end, I actually took a 3/8 inch burr, and I brought the axle slots in just a little bit so the chain wasn't so tight. And I brought it in so it's actually 11 7/8. So it's super, super short rear end, but it feels perfect for me. Like, really perfect. So it turned out excellent. I'm totally happy with it. But I'm going to show you another bike that I wanted to build, because I wanted a street bike. But I didn't want a street bike with like a 20 or 21 inch top tube. I wanted something with a 19 inch top tube. So I'll pull that out next and show it to you. Here is the street machine I built. I was thinking about going with a St. Martin Weast, but my friend Wes had this St. Martin Class X2, and if you check them out, they're very, very similar to the Wiests, but the dropouts in the back, and I'll put a photo up right here, dropouts in the back have a lot of meat on them, like a lot. This is before St. Martin really figured out what they were doing. The bottom bracket's different than like a standard St. Martin. The dropouts are different. It's just kind of different. And the dropouts have a ton of meat. So what I was able to do is I was able to shorten the rear end up a lot with a 14 millimeter burr. And what I did was I brought it way in to the point where the rear end is 12.25 inches, and it feels perfect. So it's a 19-inch top tube, 12.25 inches, and then I use it for both. I'm still going to put pegs on it, but it turned out really well. I dig it. The wheel set I'm really happy with. I scavenged all the parts. I got the hub, the front hub from my friend Wes. I scavenged this Gsport rim off BMX Museum, and then built the front wheel with Swiss spokes that I had sitting around. And then in the rear, I got this this Federal Free Coaster actually got it, I think, from Rick Moliterno. And I had these Odyssey spokes, and I had this rib cage with no home. So I built that rear wheel, and it turned out perfect. And then I'm running profile 145 millimeter cranks with a profile sprocket, typical Odyssey brakes in the rear. And then I got this Cult seat, it's comfy for cruising, and an Odyssey seat post. And then I'm actually running these St. Martin Angel bars, or Ange bars, that I sold to my friend Wes, or traded them to him, and then actually ended up getting them back from him. And what's fucked up is, at one point, this color is like it's like a dark army green, like a dark olive green. And when I got these bars, they were that color, but I ended up stripping them down to raw at one point, and then he powder coated them purple, and then I painted them black after I got them. But if I would have kept them the green that they were, this dark green, they would have matched the frame perfectly. So yeah, this is my my street cruiser that I built. And that's about it. Thanks for watching.